Hello friends, welcome back to our CCNA 200-301 series. Today is video number 55. In video number 55, we are going to do the lab on NAT. So we can say this video as in lab 2, that is NAT lab 2. So we are going to do second lab in NAT. After that, we are going to do SSH, that is secure shell. After that, we are going to start subnetting. So here we have one question and we have one scenario. Depending upon the whatever asks in the question, we are going to do that configuration. So before configuration, let's start. See here we have the question here. First point. Let me maximize this one so you can read. I will zoom this one. I hope you can see this one and this is clear for you. So first point, we have configure DHCP server on R1. So this is our R1. Let me explain you first of all the scenario. See, we have to, this is our company router, that is R1, and it is connected to one switch. That switch is connected to our internal server. Maybe we have payroll server example, and we have one more switch. This switch is connected to some laptops. Maybe we have a sales department. Let's consider this is sales department. Okay, and this is as per the question, we have two department. One is IT, one is sales. So we will consider this one as a sales. This is IT. So this is IT server. This is sales. Okay, and if you see, we have ISP, that is service provider. So this is our internal router. This is service provider router. So we are getting the connection from ISP to our router, and this is a public IP, whatever ISP is given to us. Here 201.1.1 and here is 201.1.2, and here they have the some IP address that is going to switch and connected to router. This scenario we are creating, we are saying this one as a Google server. Okay, so now we need to configure and do something as per the question to access this one. So let's see, as per question, what it is given. First of all, configure DHCP on R1. So IT and sales department can get dynamic IP address. So what he is saying, we need to configure in this router. DHCP. You know what is DHCP? With the help of DHCP, we are getting the IP address dynamically to our machines. That is to our server or maybe laptops, whatever is connected. In our this series or CCNA 200-301 series, as well as in packet tracer series, we already discussed DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol. We already discussed. With this one, we will get the IP address to our machine. Example I will give. I have 200 PCs. It is difficult to go each and every PC and assign the IP addresses. So we use the DHCP server to get the IP address automatically. Okay, we can use our router also as a DHCP server, or we can take dedicated server as a DHCP server. But in this scenario, as per the question, we are going to configure R1 as a DHCP server. So we can get the IP address to IT department and sales department. Okay, and next point. So this one is okay. And next point, create a default route on R1. So we need to create a default route in this router. So our all traffic will go to ISP. So he is asking, create a default route on R1 towards ISP. So how we will create? We already know. We need to write IP route. We will write IP route, then 0.0.0.0. Any network, any subnet mask, means any network, whatever is coming, if it is not present in my routing table, forward that one to ISP. So we need to write this ISP IP address 200.1.1.2. So this is a default route. So second point, we need to do this one. Okay, third point, we need to create VLAN 10 for IT and VLAN 20 for sales. So we need to create two VLAN. How we will create VLAN? We write VLAN 10, and then we will write, this is a mixed practical. We are doing mixed thing in this one. We are doing NAT, we are doing VLAN, we are doing DHCP, all these three in one lab. Okay, so you will have practice. So we write VLAN 10, then name, what is the VLAN 10? VLAN 10 should be IT. So I will write IT. and then we will create VLAN. And don't worry, I am going to do in packet tracer also. Just in the router we are going to execute the command, but before that one I am writing how to do that one. So you can pause the video and you can try. If you are not getting, then you can see the video and do that one. So we can create like this. Then we need to put this port in the VLAN, whatever VLAN we created. VLAN 20 means we need to put this all port in VLAN 20 and this port in VLAN 10, because this is IT. Okay. And what else he is asking? He is asking configure dynamic NAT overload on router R1. So here we need to configure NAT overload. Okay, so IT department can access Google server. So we are treating this one as a Google server. So IT department means this department, and this department can access the Google server. Okay, so this is a scenario. So now we are going to start the configuration. Before configuration, let me write some more detail here. Example, I will take one more PC. Let me take one more PC here, and I will keep this PC here. So in IT department, we will have two PC at least, one PC, one server. So this is IT department as he given already in the question. So now what I will do, I will create some diagram, means I will put some color, so we will have easy to understand that one. Let me take this circle, I will take color, I will take this light green to put in the IT department. So this is IT department. Okay, this is IT department. Let me change the color here. I will take this color to our sales department. So I will put this one is our sales department. So these are the two departments. Let me do little zoom out. Okay, and move this little here. Okay, no problem. Let's like this. So see here we have two departments, that is IT department. So I will write here, this is IT department. I am creating the clear, so no worries and no doubts. So I will write IT department, then here I will write sales. So now we have two departments, IT and sales. So let's start the configuration. So before, let's go and check is there anything is configured in this router or not, because we need to check if anything is given. We need to check anything is configured in this router or no, we need to do. So I will write first how we will check anything is configured or not. We will write show run and then press enter. You will see nothing, host name is router by default and nothing is here. No interface is assigned, any IP address, nothing is present in this. NAT is also not done. So let's start. We will do the configuration. In the question he is saying R1. So let's change the host name to R1. Host name as R1. So I change the R1. Then it is good to see interface. Whatever IP address is given, we can assign that IP address. Here no IP address is given, so we will take, let's take this one as 192.168.1.1, our favorite. Always we are using this one. And here we will write 192.168.2.1. Okay, these two. Any doubts why we are taking? You can take anything. I am taking this one to this interface and this one to this interface. Okay, any doubts? Nothing, right? And this is the IP address already given. The here is 200.1.1.1, 200.1.1.2. So let me go to this router. This is a router. What I can do, I can configure. Okay, so what is IP address? Or here I am configuring this one. First of all, I am going to configure this F0 by 1. So how I will write? We need to go to interface mode, that is F0 by 1. Now we are inside the interface mode. Then I need to write IP address, and the IP address whatever is there, that one 192.168.1.1. I wrote 1.1, then I will write 255.255.255.0. Then we need to write no shutdown, because by default all the Cisco router switch ports are down, so we need to write no shut, so it will be up. So we already assigned the IP address to this interface. Now next interface we will check what is next interface. This one F, this one, okay, F0 by 0. Okay, so I will go to F0 by 0. Let me go to F0 by 0. Then IP address. What IP address we need to assign? Let's see. I wrote already here 192.168.2.1. So I will write 192.168.2.1, then 255.255.255.0. Then we will write no shut. So we assign IP address to two interface. Now we need to look this one. This interface also we need to assign the IP address, that is 200.1.1.1. This interface is F1 by 0. So I will go in the interface. Let's go here. Interface F1 by 0. 1 by 0. Then I will write IP address 200.1.1.1. Then 255.255.255.0. Then no shut. Okay. So now our router is having interface, our router interface having all the IP address. Now just we need to verify. So I will write show IP interface brief to check all interface, if whatever we assign is okay or not. So if you see fast Ethernet 0 by 0, that is which one is 0 by 0? This one. We assign the IP address 192.168.2.1, and if we check, this status is up and protocol is also up, so no issue. And if you see fast Ethernet 0 by 1, which one is fast Ethernet 0 by 1 here? 0 by 1, this one 192.168.1.1. so this is also okay. Then we will go here 200.1.1, that is 1 by 0. So this is also okay. So now here what we need to do? We need to do this here. Default route we need to create to the ISP. What we need to do? DHCP server we need to create. First point, we need to create DHCP server. So let's go here. I will go how we will create DHCP server. We already done in our previous video. I hope you remember. If you miss, no problem. Let's start. Whenever we want to do any configuration, we need to go to global configuration mode. Then we need to write IP DHCP pool. Then we need to give any name. I will give let's see, we will give, because I am creating this DHCP for IT department, so I will write IT. So this is a DHCP pool for IT department. So what we need to write? We need to write default gateway, default route, and what we are getting here, if you see the IT department, this one 192.168.1.1. so we will write 192.168.1.1. okay, let me show you here. I will write 192.168.1.1 default route. Then after that, what we will do? We will write network and whatever network ID and network ID and subnet mask. So what is the network ID for this one? 192.168.1.0 and then space 255.255.255.0. okay, see here, I will repeat again. We are now creating a DHCP pool. With the help of DHCP pool, our PCs will get the dynamic IP address automatically. No need to give manually. So for that purpose, I am creating a IP DHCP pool IP. Then we need to give default route. Then we need to write default route. This one default router. Then we need to write IP address of the interface. So this interface is 192.168.1.1. Then we need to write the same network, and then we need to give the subnet mask. So I will write 192.168.1.0 and the subnet mask of that one. Okay, I will press enter. So with the help of this one, what they will have the IP address is starting from this range, and this one they will consider as a default gateway in the PC. I will show you. So this configuration is done for IT department. We need to do same thing for sales department also. Why we need to do? Because sales department is connected to different network. So we need to do for that network also. So what I will do? Same steps we will repeat. I will write IP DHCP pool. Then we need to write what we are going to do, sales. So I will write sale. Okay. Then I will write default default router, then I will write 192.168.2.1. so this is a default gateway for our PC. Then we need to write network. What is network? 192.168.2.0. this is a network ID. Then this is a subnet mask. We already discussed in our previous video. If you have any doubts, you can watch that one also. So with this one, we will have the default gateway. Default means default gateway as well as default IP address. We will get that is dynamically we will have the IP address to our PCs. Okay, if you want, I will show you. We will go to this server, then we will go to desktop. I will go to this one. This is a static IP. I will put DHCP. And now our PC is requesting, see, we get the IP from the server. That is DHCP pool. Directly we are getting from the router. Our router is acting as a DHCP server. So what IP we have? 192.168.1.2. Okay, and the default gateway we are getting 192.168.1.1. Okay, so we are getting the IP here also. Let's see in sales department, desktop, click here. Then this is static. Let me maximize, maybe you are not clear. I will click DHCP. So now our server is requesting the DHCP IP. We get that one, see 192.168.2.2. Okay, then we have the subnet mask and the gateway, default gateway. So successfully we done the DHCP. So first point, configure DHCP server on the router R1 so the IT department and the sales department can get dynamically IP address. So that is done. Now we need to create the default route. They are asking create the default route to the ISP. So how we will create the default route? We need to write IP route, then 0.0.0.0. Any network, any IP address, any subnet mask. If you receive any network with any subnet mask, forward to ISP. So what is the ISP IP address? 200.1.1.2. So press enter, finish. If you want to check what we will do, we can check show IP route. It will not come here. We will check show run. We will see here show run. If you write show run, we will get all configuration whatever we done here. If you see here, we are getting here we created one DHCP pool for IT. We created one DHCP pool for sale. We are getting this one. Then press enter for get more information. Then we are getting the interface, whatever IP address we assign, and we will check that interface is up or down, everything. See here, this IP address we get here also, and VLAN we nothing we done, and IP route we done this one. So we have the default route also. So we assign, we done first one, we done second one. Now it is asking create VLAN 10 for IT and VLAN 20 for sales. So we need to do this one. So what I will do, first of all, okay, let's go to this one and do that one. I will go here, I will go to CLI. Now we need to create the VLAN 10 and 20. So I will go here. How we will create VLAN? What is our VLAN? I hope you remember in our last video, not last video, in our series we learn already VLAN, how we can create and whatever the advantage of doing VLAN. I hope you remember, right? So how we will do? You remember or forget? If you remember, pause the video and write in the comment what is the command to use. I already shown you before, maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes before when we start the video. I already write here how we can write that one. So please, if you have that one, pause the video and write in the comments. So let me write. We will go in the global configuration mode. Then we will create VLAN 10, right? They given VLAN 10 and we will give the name as IT. VLAN 10 for IT, okay. Same thing we will do VLAN 20 for sales. So write name sales. Are you facing any issue or any doubts? Don't worry. If you watch our series in the sequence, you will have the idea why we will create the VLAN, how we will create the VLAN. VLAN is not a big deal. It is not a big issue. It is very easy, very simple. Did you understand, right? So this one we created. If I will press Ctrl Z and we will write show VLAN brief to check that one. So if you see here, let me maximize this one. So I think if I maximize this, see here, by default we have VLAN 1, that is known as native VLAN, and all the ports is assigned to that VLAN. So this is that one. Now we created VLAN 10 and it is IT, and we created VLAN 20, that is sale, and here no port is assigned to this one. So now we need to move some port, whatever port we want to move, and we need to assign to this one. By default all ports are assigned to VLAN 1. VLAN 1 is nothing but native VLAN. By default it is coming as a native VLAN. So whenever we receive any traffic which is untagged, it will forward to native VLAN, that is it will forward to VLAN 1. So now what I will do, I need to assign the port to that one. So if you see here, this is our switch, and this is F0 by 2, this is F0 by 4, and if you see this one, this is how many ports we have. This one F0 by 4, okay, and this one F0 by 1, okay. This is F0 by 1, this is F0 by 2, this is F0 by 3, this is F0 by 4. So starting from F0 by 1 to till F0 by 4, these all ports are in the sales department. So what I will do, easy way, let me show you. We will go in the global configuration. We are putting that port. What we are doing, we are assigning that interface, this in all interface, whatever the interface we are connected to the sale PC, we are going to assign that interface to the VLAN 10. How we will assign? We already covered this one in our previous videos, but anyhow we will do how we will assign. We will write interface, that is int, int, then we will write range. Why I am writing the range? Because I have many ports, right? So I will write interface range F0 by 1 dash till how many? 4, right? Check here if you have any confusion. Let me move here. Starting from this PC is F0 by 1, this is F0 by 2, this is F0 by 3, and this is F0 by 4. So 4. So what I will do, I will go here and I will write interface F0 by 1 to F0 by 4. So I am selecting the group of interface with the range, with the command of range. We are selecting the group of interface. We can do one by one also, but let's select group of interface. Then we will write switch port mode axis. Switch port mode axis. We need to write this one. This is for security purpose. We are writing this one. When you are learning CCNP, you will have this one more detailed concept. Okay. So anyhow, we will deal, no problem. We will have some basic topics, and we are going to do some detailed discussion about this one also in our later videos. So now we write switch port mode axis. Then I will press enter. Then switch port axis VLAN. Which VLAN? VLAN 20, right? Because I am doing to which VLAN? I am doing to this one. If you see here, this is VLAN, sales VLAN, and sales VLAN, if you see here, what is a sales VLAN? Sales VLAN is 20. So I will write VLAN 20. So this is finish. Now I will press Ctrl Z and I will write show VLAN brief. Now we will see here. See here, I assign the port number 1 to F0 by 0, that is F0 by 1 to F0 by 2, F0 by 3, F0 by 4 to sales VLAN. Okay. If you have any PC which is working in IT department also, we can assign, but here we don't have anything. This all are for sales department, so no worries, nothing. So we will leave this like this. Okay. Let me do small letter this here. Okay. So this is finish. We need to do same thing here also in the switch. So I will go to this switch. As per the question I am doing, I am not doing with my own. Whatever is instruction is given here, we are following that one. So I will write here, I will go to the switch. Then I will go in the global configuration mode. How we will go? We will write config T. Then we will create the VLAN 10. And what is the name? VLAN 10 name is IT. Okay, and then I will create VLAN 20, and what is the name? That is sales. VLAN 20 and sales. I will write sale. Then if you say press enter and show VLAN brief, you will get how many VLAN we have. By default we will have VLAN 1, and we created 2 VLAN. If you see here, we created 2 VLAN 10 and 20, and no port is assigned. So we need to check how many port we have. This port, see here, this port number is, if you see, F0 by 2. This is F0 by 2, this is F0 by 3, and this is F0 by 1. So we will put range. Same thing we will do here also. What I will do, I will write, I will go in the global configuration mode, then I will write interface range, then F0 by 1 dash 3, right? F0 by 1 to 3. Last PC is this 3. This is 1, 2, 3. So F0 by 1 to 3. Then I will write switch port mode axis. This is for security purpose, and then we will put the switch port axis VLAN. What is the VLAN number? VLAN 10. So this we assign in VLAN 10. Then we will write show VLAN brief to check that one. See, ports are coming here. So these ports are in VLAN 10, that is VLAN 10 is nothing but IT. So I will save the configuration. I will write WR to save the configuration here, and here also I will save the configuration. I will write WR to save the configuration. Let me go here also and save the configuration. Here also I will write WR. So we save the configuration. So till here it is okay. Now our this network is okay. Now we need to look for this one, so we can communicate. Before going to this one, let's see our 2 different VLAN can communicate or not, because we did not done the inter VLAN or anything. So our 2 different VLAN should not communicate. Did we done any what we call inter VLAN? Did we done any inter VLAN? Let's test. I will write ping 192.168 1.2.2 or 2.2. Yes, we done here. Let's see here. This is 192.168 2.1.1. This is, we are pinging our PC only, same PC we are pinging. I think we don't have the IP address also. Let me check what is the IP here. This is 192.168 1.2. This is 1.2, and let's see what is the IP address of this one. This one. Okay, so 1.2, we need to ping 1.2 here. Okay, so let's see here. I will do ping 192.168 1.2. This one is 1.2, right? Let's see, 1.2. Yeah, so this PC is having the IP address. See, reply is coming. So why reply is coming? Can anyone tell? Because we done inter VLAN. In other words, this is inter VLAN. We are making the communication between 2 different VLAN by using router. You remember we done router on a stick and all that configuration. Did you remember or forget? So this one we done inter VLAN. Why we are saying inter VLAN? Because different VLAN cannot communicate, but we use router to make the communication between different VLANs. So this is nothing but we done inter VLAN. Okay, I hope you understand, right? Or you have any confusion? So see here, 2 different department is communicating, that is 2 different VLAN is communicating, and 2 different network is communicating. So we can say our lab is including inter VLAN also, but by traditional method, not router on a stick or not SVI. We done the old traditional method to make inter VLAN, but we did not done inter VLAN. Means we done already inter VLAN, but we don't want to do inter VLAN as per the question. Whatever they are asking, we are doing that one, and we discover that we have inter VLAN and we done inter VLAN. Okay, did you understand? As per the question we are doing, whatever is asking in the question, we are following the step by step. So with that step, we discover that we done inter VLAN by traditional method. Okay, so this is a mixed practical. This is a mixed lab. We have many things in this. So now we know that we can now we can say this different department is making communication, that is with the help of inter-VLAN, that is traditional method. So till here we finish, right? Creating this one is finished. Now we need to do dynamic, that is configuration, dynamic NAT configuration. So let me go to ISP first of all and assign the IP address to ISP. In generally, in our real scenario, we will not do anything to the ISP router. But here in our lab, we are only the ISP, we are only the network engineer for our organization, we are only the network engineer for ISP. So we need to do everything in our lab. So this is ISP. So what I will write show. Let me go to global configuration mode. Then here I will change the host name. Host name is, I will write ISP. So this is ISP. Then I will see here whatever the interface, that is 200.f0/0. I need to go to the interface f0/0. So I will go f0/0. Then I will write IP address, then 200.1.1.2. Then we write 255.255.255.0. Then we need to write no shut. And then if you see another interface, IP interface f0/0/1, and in this interface we have IP address 8.8.8.1, then 255.0.0.0, then no shut. Okay, so this is the configuration we done in the ISP router. We write save the configuration, show IP interface brief. So we have here this one. Okay, 200.1.1.2 and 8.8.8.1. okay, this is good, right? No issue. So what I will do, I will assign the IP to this server also. We will do the static IP 8.8.8.8, and then this one, and default gateway 8.8.8.1. so this is a server is also ready. We have IP address to this server, and this switch no need to do anything. If we want to create scenario we can do, but as per the question we will do. So this work, all are green, so everything is working. Now we need to do NAT. Okay, so before NAT, let's see this server is having IP address or not. This one is having IP address. Let's see this PC is having IP address or not. Here we don't have, so I will press DHCP and we will wait till he get the IP address. So he has the IP address. Same thing we will do here also. We will go here and we will put DHCP. So you will have the IP address. Same thing here. He will request the IP address and he will get the IP address from the DHCP server. So he has the IP address. All are having the IP address. Okay. So now what I can do, we can start doing the NAT. So let's go to our router. We are going to do the NAT on the which router. In the question they give the router R1, but we in general, in real scenario, we need to concentrate and we need to think which router is connecting the WAN to LAN. We need to think which router is connecting to WAN to LAN. You will have to doubt what is WAN and what is LAN means. This is WAN. This is WAN. So this area, this one from here to here. This is example. I am creating this, treating this one as internet. So this is WAN and this is LAN. This area from here to here is LAN. So wherever we have LAN to WAN, we need to apply to that router. So we need to apply to this router. So what I will do, I will go in the CLI of this router. Okay, we will go to the CLI of this router, and let me go to the global configuration mode. I will create the access list. As we know, access list, I will give the name 1. Okay, and then we will write permit one permit, and which network we need to permit. Let's see, we have two network, 192.168.1.1 and 192.168.2.1. so all network we need to give. So I will write 192.168.1.0. okay, why I am writing 1.0? Because we need to write network ID, so it will cover all network. And whenever we are creating access list, if we want to consider whole network, then we need to write wildcard mask. So I will write 0.0.0.255. okay, then I will press enter. Then same command I will take, and we need to do this same thing for network 192.168.2.0 also. So this one also done. So now with the help of access list, we are selecting two network, that is 192.168.1.0, that is 1.1, that is 1.0 whole network, and other network is 192.168.2.0. This is another network. So we selected the two network. Okay. Now next thing what we will do, we need to do the NAT. So I will write what is the NAT command, IP NAT, NAT. Then we will write inside, then source list, and what is the number of the list? We created list number 1. So I will write list 1. Then we need to apply to interface. So I will write interface. If you write int, then press tab, it will go interface. Then we need to look which interface we are applying. This one, F1/0. Okay, F1/0. So I will write here F1/0, this interface. Then don't forget to write overload. This is overload. So our NAT configuration is done. Now we need to apply the NAT to the all the interface, whatever the interface we have to this router. So how many interface we have this to router? This router R1, we have 3 interface to this router. So one by one we will go to that interface. So let me write here, or maybe let me move up. I hope you can see this, right? So I will write here, let me write interface F0/0. I am inside this interface. Then we need to write IP NAT. Then this one is inside or outside. Traffic from this interface, if you see here, from this interface traffic is going into router. So we will write inside. Okay, then enter. Then again we will go to another interface, that's F0/1. We are here, I have F0/1, this interface. Okay, then I will write IP NAT inside, because here also traffic is going inside to the router. Okay, so I will write inside, apply. Then I need to apply here. But before applying this one, let's try to ping from this PC. We can ping to this Google server or not. It will not work, but anyhow, let's see. So after that we can say after doing NAT it is working. So ping 8.8.8.8. Let's see. I am pinging the 8.8.8. Okay. See, request timeout. Because our traffic is going but not coming back, because from the ISP router to our router we don't have any returning route, right? With the help of NAT only it can come. So see, request timeout. Okay, so we are unable to ping. So now I will go to that router again. Now we need to apply to this interface. So what I will do, I will go to that interface F1/0, right? Let me go 1/0. That interface is F1/0. Then enter. Then we need to write IP NAT. Then it is inside or outside? It is outside because traffic is leaving, means outside. So we will write outside. Outside, enter. Now we done the NAT configuration. I will press Ctrl Z. I will write WR to save the configuration. Then I will go to this PC and again I am going to ping. See, replies coming. So now we are able to access the internet, as we are treating 8.8.8 as a Google server in our lab scenario. So we are able to access that one. So see, configure the NAT overload on the router R1. So IT and the IT department can access the Google server. Here is IT department and sales department. Okay. IT department and sales, they wrote and, so it should be sales also. Let me write sale. So we need to test sales also can access or not. So I will go to the sales. Let me go to the command prompt and let me write here 192.168. I will remove this one. I will write 8.8.8.8. This is our Google. See, replies coming. So our sales department can also ping, right? Any question, any doubts? If you have any question, any doubts, if you need any assistant, any support, write in the comment. I will try to help you. We are helping each other. Our team is going to help you very soon. If you have any questions or any problem, write in the comment. Okay. So with the help of this mix lab, we learn so many things, as we already know each and everything because we follow each and everything in our previous videos. That is our CCNA 200-301 series. We already discussed this everything. Now we mix everything in one lab. So let's revise before closing this video. What we done? First of all, we configure the DHCP server in the router R1. So our department, that is IT department and sales department, can get the IP address from the DHCP server. Okay, first point, that one. And second point, we create a default route from our router to ISP server, ISP router. So whatever network is coming that is not in our routing table, so our router can forward that traffic to ISP. Okay, this one. So second point we done, and then we create a VLAN 10 for IT, VLAN 20 for sales, and we put all the port whatever belonging to this switch to IT and this switch to sales. So that's why we are getting the DHCP IP. If we did not put this port in VLAN 20 and this one in VLAN 10, then we will not get the IP address to our, because these ports are indifferent, these ports are indifferent. That's why we put this port in the VLAN 10 and this port as a VLAN 20s. Then we observe this department is able to communicate with this department and this department is able to communicate, because this is nothing but inter VLAN. If we treat this one, this is a inter VLAN by using traditional method. Okay, the old method. And after that, what we done, we configure the NAT here, that is NAT overload, dynamic NAT overload in this router, and we ping from our IT and sales department and we access the Google server. So this is a basic lab. I hope you understand and you enjoy this video. If you like our video, please share with your friend and like our video, and subscribe to our channel and share with your Facebook wall so other guys can also enjoy our video. And if you have any question, write in the comment. We will try to reply you as soon as possible. See you. Bye.